Hello there, dreamers, and welcome to the Sleepy Science Show. I'm so glad you found your way here tonight. Before we begin drifting through the stars, I want to ask you something. Where are you watching from tonight? Are you curled up in bed in New York City with the soft sounds of traffic outside? Or maybe you're somewhere quiet in the Midwest, where the nights stretch wide and calm. Perhaps you're listening from the West Coast, where the ocean air mixes with the sound of waves. Or maybe you're far, far away, across the world, letting the voice of the galaxy carry you into dreams. Wherever you are, I'd love to know. Leave a little comment below. Let's see all the sleepy souls gathered here from every corner of the earth, all falling asleep together under the same Milky Way. Take a slow breath in and a gentle breath out. There's nothing to do right now. No worries, no rushing, no deadlines. Only you, your soft pillow, the quiet of the night, and the calm company of the stars. Tonight, we're not just looking at the sky. We're stepping into it. We're letting the Milky Way itself become our lullaby. The Milky Way, our home galaxy. It's hard to believe, but everything you've ever known, every sunrise, every childhood memory, every song, every story has unfolded inside this vast spiral of starlight. Imagine a glowing pinwheel spinning in the dark for over 13 billion years. But instead of being small like a toy in your hand, this pinwheel stretches 100,000 light years across. That's so large, if you traveled at the speed of light, it would take you 100,000 years just to cross from one side to the other. And yet, from Earth on a clear night, the Milky Way looks like nothing more than a soft streak of silver across the sky. Just a faint whisper of what surrounds us, like a secret you can barely hear, but once you notice it, it never leaves you. Now let your imagination drift. Picture yourself lying in the grass, far from the glow of city lights, where the night sky is so dark that the stars almost hurt your eyes with brightness. Above you, the Milky Way stretches from horizon to horizon, a river of light made from billions of stars, woven together like silk threads across black velvet. Somewhere in that river is our sun, small, ordinary, just one of 100 billion. And yet, for you, for me, it is everything. The galaxy has always been here, spinning slowly, long before humans dreamed of gods, long before dinosaurs walked the earth, long before Earth itself had even formed. And tonight, as you let your eyelids grow heavier, I want you to imagine this ancient spiral, turning softly in the silence of space. Every star, every cloud of dust, every dark ribbon of matter unseen, all of it moving together like a quiet, eternal dance. But the Milky Way is more than just beautiful. It is mysterious. It is alive with secrets, with ancient stars older than the galaxy itself, with invisible forces holding it together, with black holes and collisions, and stories still unfolding. Tonight we'll begin at the edge of this great spiral, where faint stars stretch into the darkness, and slowly, gently, we'll drift inward, toward its glowing arms, toward its mysterious core. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself floating, not on Earth, not even in the solar system, but high above the galaxy looking down. Below you lies a spiral, its arms curled like ribbons of light, dust lanes winding through it like rivers of shadow. The center glows, a bright, hazy bulge, like a lantern burning in the dark. You are weightless. You are drifting slowly, gently, with nothing to hold you but gravity itself. And gravity tonight feels soft, like a blanket pulling you closer to sleep. Here in the quiet of space, time feels different. 1,000,000 years is nothing. 1,000,000,000 years is just a single heartbeat. The stars don't hurry. The galaxy doesn't rush. And you too don't need to hurry. You can let go and let the slow turning of the Milky Way rock you like a cradle. As we begin our journey tonight, remember, you don't need to stay awake to hear it all. You can let yourself drift, because the galaxy is patient. The stories have been told for billions of years, and they'll still be here when you wake. So let the words flow over you like a soft tide. If you catch every fact, wonderful. If you only hear the first few, before sleep wraps around you, that's wonderful too. This is your time, your rest, your night under the stars. And so, sleepy traveler, welcome to your home in the universe. Welcome to the spiral of starlight we call the Milky Way. Welcome to the Sleepy Science Show. Tonight we begin our voyage. One fact, one whisper, one dream at a time. So let's drift together into the first secrets of the galaxy. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself drifting high above the Milky Way. The stars stretch endlessly, like tiny lanterns scattered across a cosmic ocean. But as you float quietly through this immense spiral, you notice something unusual. Our galaxy is not just a flat disk of stars. It is a living, breathing structure, shaped by time, motion, and unseen forces. Its spiral arms curl gracefully outward, like delicate ribbons of light, each one a river of stars, gas, and dust, slowly orbiting the galactic center. The patterns are not solid, not frozen in place. They move, breathe, and shift like the slow dance of currents in a dark, infinite sea. From our position inside the disk, it is difficult to see the full shape. The dust clouds obscure distant stars, and the sheer number of suns blurs the patterns together. For decades, astronomers believed the Milky Way had 4 main spiral arms, but closer observation revealed surprises. Some arms split and fade into fragments, others twist in ways no one expected, and some may even disappear entirely, leaving behind only whispers of starlight. It is a galaxy of mysteries, layered and complex, not a neat pinwheel, but a living swirl formed over billions of years by countless collisions, mergers, and quiet flows of matter. Even the disk itself is not flat. Radio telescopes have revealed a gentle warp, a rise on one side, a fall on the other, like a slow wave across the stars. Some say this ripple is caused by distant, unseen companions tugging on the Milky Way's edges, or perhaps by clumps of dark matter, bending the galaxy's shape from below. The warp is subtle, almost imperceptible, but it reminds us that galaxies are never still. They bend, flex, and respond to the invisible forces around them. They grow and change, not in haste, but over billions of quiet, patient years. Floating further outward, you notice the halo surrounding the spiral. It is vast, spherical, almost empty to the naked eye, but filled with ancient stars, globular clusters, and enormous streams of dark matter. The halo contains the galaxy's memories, remnants of smaller galaxies long since consumed, their stars spread thin across space, like whispers of forgotten worlds. These stellar streams are fragile and delicate. They curve around the galaxy, stretch into arcs, sometimes diving toward the galactic core. They are the ghostly fingerprints of mergers past, each one a reminder that the Milky Way has grown through quiet collisions and patient absorption. And then there are the rogue stars, rare solitary travelers, flung from the galactic core at astonishing speeds. Some were once part of binary systems that strayed too close to the supermassive black hole. One star swallowed, the other catapulted outward, sailing across the galaxy at over 1 million kilometers per hour. These stars move alone, high above the galactic plane, silent reminders that even in a galaxy bound by gravity, there is room for sudden, quiet chaos. They drift in isolation, like glowing comets with no return, wandering far from the spiral arms, free from the usual patterns of the disk. As we trace these orbits, we see the subtle choreography of the Milky Way, stars orbiting at different speeds, some racing along the inner regions, others drifting slowly in the outskirts. These differences create the spiral arms themselves, density waves moving through the stars, compressing gas and dust, triggering the birth of new suns. The galaxy is alive with motion. Even as we sleep, the solar system moves along its own path, orbiting the center at over 828,000 kilometers per hour. One full orbit, one galactic year, takes about 225 million Earth years. Since our solar system formed, we have completed just 20 of these immense loops. When the first dinosaurs walked the Earth, our sun was in a completely different part of the Milky Way, its neighbors a wholly different set of stars. Everything is in motion, quietly, slowly, endlessly. The galaxy grows, evolves, and absorbs other worlds into its spiral arms. Even the supermassive black hole, at the center of the Milky Way, plays its role, a silent conductor of motion, pulling stars into its steady, invisible rhythm. The central bulge, once thought to be smooth, is actually peanut-shaped, swelling in the middle and narrowing at the ends, a twisting hourglass of stars, formed from the galaxy's central bar, and billions of years of stellar orbits. Within the spiral arms, stellar nurseries shine softly, giant clouds of gas and dust, compressed into cradles of new stars. Ultraviolet light from newborn suns paints the clouds in blues and silvers, tracing the spiral's curves and reminding us that even in stillness, creation continues. Beyond the visible stars, dark matter holds the galaxy together. Invisible, weighty, it outweighs the luminous stars many times over. Without it, the Milky Way would scatter into the void, the spiral arms ripped apart. Yet, with dark matter's quiet pull, the galaxy spins in harmony, as currents of stars moving in steady, patient patterns, like a river of light flowing through the cosmic night. As you float above the galaxy, look at the faint streak of the Milky Way across the sky. To the human eye, it may seem vast, an ocean of stars, but this pale ribbon is only a whisper of the more than 100 billion suns, hidden from our sight behind clouds of dust, too faint or too distant to see. The Milky Way is immense, layered, and alive. Its disk, halo, streams, and arms tell stories billions of years old. Every star, every cloud, every hidden orbit is part of a slow cosmic symphony. And as you drift through this scene, slowly, gently, you may notice something comforting. You are part of it. Your atoms were born in ancient stars. Your body carries the echoes of this vast, slow motion. You move with the Milky Way, a small but integral note in a galaxy that has lived through countless eons of quiet wonder. So breathe deeply, feel the motion of the spiral arms, the distant tug of invisible matter, the gentle waves of time stretching across billions of stars. Relax into it. You are floating in the cradle of the galaxy, carried along on currents older than your imagination and safer than you can know. The Milky Way is vast. It is slow. It is beautiful. And in its endless, patient motion, you can rest. Sleep, dear dreamer, as the stars above swirl softly, singing a lullaby older than the earth itself. As we continue drifting through the vastness of our home, the Milky Way, we notice that not all stars follow gentle, predictable paths. Most move quietly, tracing slow, steady orbits around the galactic center. But among them, rare stars travel alone, escaping the familiar patterns, flung into the depths of space by cosmic forces. These are the rogue stars, silent travelers on a journey with no return. Some of these lone wanderers are remnants of binary systems torn apart by the supermassive black hole at the galaxy's core. One star falls inward, swallowed by the invisible heart of gravity, while the other is catapulted outward, hurling across the Milky Way at speeds exceeding 1,000,000 kilometers per hour. It leaves the spiral arms behind, soaring high above the galactic plane, a solitary comet glowing in the vast darkness. Imagine floating alongside one of these stars. There is no hurry, only the quiet hum of motion. You watch it glide past clouds of dust, over stretches of empty space, its faint light a lonely heartbeat in the galaxy's rhythm. It reminds us that even in a structured, gravitationally bound system, there is freedom, there is unpredictability, and there is beauty in solitary wanderings. As we continue our journey, we encounter stellar streams. Across the sky, delicate ribbons of stars trace arcs and curves, ghostly remnants of smaller galaxies that wandered too close to the Milky Way long ago. Pulled apart by tidal forces, their stars stretch across the galaxy in long, thin trails, like silver threads caught in a cosmic loom. Some streams curl around the disk, looping gracefully like rings in a slow celestial ballet. Others dive toward the galactic core, spiraling inward with the patience of eons. These streams are quiet histories etched in light, memories of worlds that once existed on their own, now woven into the greater spiral of our galaxy. Consider the Sagittarius dwarf, still being torn apart, its stars streaming into the halo of the Milky Way. It is a slow, gentle consumption, not violent in the way we might imagine. Stars are not crashing into each other. They are quietly moving, their paths gradually realigning with the Milky Way's currents, folded into its intricate structure. Andromeda, far beyond our reach, is itself a distant partner in the galaxy's silent dance. Though it drifts steadily toward us, it does so over billions of years, its motion almost imperceptible, a patient promise of change to come. But for now, we focus on the streams closer to home. Each thread of stars tells a story. Some formed billions of years ago, before our sun even existed. Some are metal-poor, ancient travelers, their composition hinting at origins in tiny, primordial galaxies. By studying these chemical fingerprints, astronomers can reconstruct the hidden history of our galaxy, reading the past as if it were written in the delicate language of light. Drifting through these stellar streams, you feel the stillness of immense time. Each star is a witness to cosmic events, each cluster a page in the Milky Way's story. Some streams are visible only with the keen eyes of telescopes, mapping the faint ribbons of light across the sky. Others lie hidden, their stars too faint, too dispersed, waiting silently to be discovered. The halo surrounding the Milky Way is another keeper of memory. It is nearly invisible to our eyes, but it holds ancient stars and globular clusters, orbits stretching far above and below the disk. Within these orbits, The history of mergers and accretions is preserved, like layers of sediment in the rocks of a mountain, but on a scale far grander, far older, and infinitely more gentle. Globular clusters, those compact spheres of hundreds of thousands of stars, drift quietly in the halo. Some are over 12 billion years old, predating even the formation of the Milky Way's disk. They are time capsules holding the light of the early universe, echoes of the stars that once lit galaxies now gone. Floating above the galactic plane, they orbit in slow, patient arcs, their glow faint but unwavering, a quiet reminder of stability amidst cosmic motion. In this serene environment, we also encounter the subtle play of dark matter. Though invisible, it exerts its influence everywhere, holding the galaxy together, shaping the paths of stars and streams alike. Without it, rogue stars and stellar streams would disperse into nothingness, the spiral arms unraveling like threads in a breeze. The Milky Way is alive with these quiet currents. Stars are not locked in place. They move in patterns both predictable and surprising. Some orbit backward in retrograde, telling stories of past mergers. Others drift high above the plane, reminders that freedom exists even within gravitational bounds. And so we drift alongside these cosmic wanderers, floating above the halo, tracing the faint arcs of stellar streams, watching the occasional hypervelocity star shoot past. There is no rush, no urgency, only the gentle, endless motion of billions of suns. As you listen, imagine the soft glow of these streams illuminating the dark. Each star a note in the Milky Way's quiet symphony, each orbit a line in an ancient lullaby. The galaxy is telling its story, not in words, but in motion, in light, in time. Even as we rest, the Milky Way moves. Our solar system glides through space, following its path around the galactic center, passing through these streams, past rogue stars, witnessing the quiet accumulation of billions of years. And in this vast, gentle motion, there is a rhythm to rest. The galaxy itself seems to breathe, slowly, patiently, endlessly. Its stars, streams, and halos are reminders that even in the immense silence of space, there is connection, there is continuity, and there is beauty. So breathe softly. Let your mind follow the gentle curves of the stellar streams. Feel the motion of the rogue stars carried on invisible currents. Let the ancient halo wrap around you, its silence comforting, its vastness calming. The Milky Way is not just a galaxy. It is a lullaby of light, an endless story of stars, woven together across billions of years. Drift with it, float among the streams, and sleep, dear dreamer, as the rogue stars glide silently by and the galaxy hums its soft, cosmic tune. Drifting further into the vast Milky Way, we find ourselves surrounded by whispers of the past. Among the bright spirals and flowing stellar streams, there are stars that have existed longer than the galaxy itself. They are ancient, metal poor, and they move slowly, almost solemnly, high above the galactic plane. These stars are like the elders of the Milky Way, witnesses to its birth, its growth, and its quiet, patient transformations. They were formed long before the familiar spiral arms existed, back when the galaxy was still a loose cloud of gas, dust, and dark matter, slowly collapsing under gravity's gentle pull. Imagine floating alongside one of these stars. This light is faint, pale, and yet it carries secrets billions of years old. Its composition tells a story. Almost no heavy elements, just hydrogen and helium, born shortly after the universe itself was young. These stars are survivors of a time when the cosmos was wilder, more chaotic, and yet filled with the quiet promise of order emerging. Some of these ancient stars arrived here, from galaxies that no longer exist. Small, primordial systems merged and absorbed into the Milky Way's growing mass. Their orbits are often tilted, retrograde, moving in opposite directions to the majority of stars, like elders wandering against the flow, carrying memories of worlds long vanished. As we drift past, notice the stillness of their motion. They do not rush. They do not chase. They glide in their patient paths, taking billions of years to circle the galactic center. And yet, their presence is crucial. They are the living record of the Milky Way's earliest days, time capsules of the cosmos itself. Many reside in the galaxy's halo, far above and below the bright spiral disk. Here, they are free from the bustling star formation of the arms, drifting slowly in vast, empty space. They are surrounded by dark matter, the invisible scaffolding holding the galaxy together, allowing these elders to move in quiet, stable orbits, unrushed by the rapid motion of younger stars closer to the center. Some of these stars have companions, small clusters or faint remnants of dwarf galaxies, tiny communities that survived the Milky Way's steady growth. Others move entirely alone, a solitary beacon of the early universe, a pale, steady point of light amidst a sea of younger suns. Their light is faint but persistent. Look closely, and you might see a soft blue or yellow glow, evidence of their low metallicity. These stars were forged before supernovae had time to enrich the galaxy with heavier elements. In their glow, we see the universe when it was still learning, still shaping itself into the Milky Way we know today. As we drift past, consider the timeline of the galaxy itself. Our sun is young compared to these ancient stars. It has completed only a few orbits around the galactic center, while these elders have circled 20 or 30 times, watching the galaxy evolve slowly, observing the rise and fall of other stars, the quiet birth of new ones in distant arms. Some ancient stars are trapped in globular clusters, compact spheres of hundreds of thousands of stars. These clusters orbit the halo, like glowing beacons in the dark, their stars tightly bound by gravity, moving together as a single serene entity. Each cluster is a living museum, holding clues to the earliest epochs of star formation. Other elders drift alone, their orbits elongated and inclined, telling stories of mergers and collisions long past. They are survivors of galactic cannibalism, remnants of smaller galaxies torn apart and absorbed, their light now folded into the larger spiral of our Milky Way. As we glide past these stars, notice their quiet beauty. There is no chaos here. No explosions, no flares, just slow, patient motion. Their existence reminds us that the universe is older than we imagine, and that in its long, winding story, everything has a place, a time, and a purpose. And yet, even in their stillness, these ancient stars continue to influence the galaxy. Their gravity affects younger stars. Their motion contributes to the overall dance. Their light enriches the interstellar medium ever so slightly. They are quiet teachers, holding lessons in age, patience, and endurance. If only we are willing to observe carefully. Floating higher into the halo, you might notice streams connecting these elders, remnants of dwarf galaxies that have merged or stretched apart over billions of years. Some streams are barely visible, thin ribbons of stars curving softly through space. Others are brighter, their paths tracing long, silent arcs across the galaxy, reminding us that even in quiet isolation, there is connection. These stars, these elders, are not just points of light. They are storytellers. They whisper the history of cosmic mergers, the formation of the spiral arms, and the evolution of everything from the tiniest cloud of hydrogen to the glowing stars we see in the night sky today. And as you listen, let your mind drift among them. Feel the slow pull of gravity, the patient arcs of their orbits, the subtle rhythms of the halo. There is a lullaby here, soft and ancient, woven from billions of years of quiet motion. Take a deep, gentle breath. Let it out slowly. You are floating among the elders, moving with the galaxy itself, part of a story older than the continents, older than the oceans, older even than the sun. Sleep slowly, dream gently, as the ancient stars watch over you, their light a soft, constant presence, their history a gentle hum, beneath the vast, swirling spiral of the Milky Way. And as you drift deeper into rest, remember that you are part of this galaxy, connected to these elders, carried along in their slow, eternal motion. Breathe with them, glide with them, rest in the Milky Way's quiet, cosmic embrace. As we drift closer to the center of our galaxy, a profound stillness surrounds us. The spiral arms fade into shadows. Stars blur together in the dense glow of the core. And there, at the very heart of the Milky Way, lies an object of immense power and mystery, Sagittarius A*, a supermassive black hole, more than 4 million times the mass of our Sun, yet compressed into a space smaller than Mercury's orbit. It is invisible, yet its presence is undeniable. Nearby stars whip around it at incredible speeds, tracing loops and arcs in a silent, cosmic ballet. Though we cannot see it directly, its influence is felt across the entire galaxy, pulling on stars, gas, and dust, guiding the slow, eternal dance of the Milky Way. Imagine floating near it, safe in the calm distance, watching the gravitational pull shape the motions of countless stars. Every orbit, every path, is a whisper of control, a quiet rhythm, set by this invisible conductor at the galaxy's heart. Occasionally, gas and dust spiral inward, falling toward the event horizon, flaring briefly in bursts of X-rays before vanishing forever. Long ago, Sagittarius A** may have shone like a quasar, illuminating the galaxy from within, its energy rippling through space in brilliant waves. But now it sleeps, a quiet, patient sentinel, holding the galaxy together with unseen hands. The central bulge around it is not smooth, but peanut-shaped, twisting like an hourglass of stars. This three-dimensional structure is shaped by billions of years of motion, by gravity's slow sculpting, and by the galaxy's central bar, a dense stripe of stars rotating gently, buckling and swelling over time. As we drift past, notice the subtle interplay of stars within this bulge. They orbit in intricate paths, sometimes crossing one another, sometimes circling in harmony, all held by the invisible grip of the black hole below. The environment here is quiet but dynamic. Stellar nurseries float nearby, giant clouds of gas compressed into cradles of newborn stars. Occasionally, massive stars reach the end of their lives and explode as supernovae, sending shock waves rippling through the surrounding space. These explosions, though violent, are part of the galaxy's gentle rhythm, stirring new material, enriching the core, and triggering the next generation of stars. In the midst of this activity, the black hole remains a constant, silent presence. It does not rush. It does not act with haste. Yet everything in the center of the Milky Way obeys its invisible command. Even from this distance, we can sense the immense gravitational forces at play. Stars near the core orbit at incredible speeds, their paths stretched and curved by the black hole's pull. Some may one day be captured, consumed in a silent, inescapable fall, while others are flung outward, becoming hypervelocity stars racing through the galaxy. The supermassive black hole is both destructive and creative. It gathers material, shaping the core, while also influencing star formation, compressing clouds, and sometimes triggering new waves of creation. It is the heart of the Milky Way, silent, unseen, yet undeniably essential. Beyond the immediate core, The rest of the galaxy responds to this central force. The spiral arms, the halo, the streams of stars, all move in patterns dictated in part by this invisible giant. Even the motion of rogue stars and the slow rotation of ancient halo stars are influenced by its gravity, though faintly, subtly, like ripples spreading from a stone dropped in a vast cosmic pond. Floating here, you might notice the contrast between chaos and calm. The center is dense, energetic, and full of motion, yet there is a rhythm to it, a steady, patient pulse. The Milky Way itself moves in harmony with this pulse, orbiting, spiraling, an endless dance choreographed over billions of years. And as we drift higher, away from the immediate intensity of the core, the galaxy seems to breathe. The black hole sleeps, stars orbit, streams curve, and the halo drifts silently in the distance. Imagine letting yourself float here, feeling the motion of the spiral arms, the gentle tug of gravity, the slow, immense power of Sagittarius A* below. It is a place of quiet wonder, where time seems stretched, and where you can rest in the presence of something far greater than yourself. The central black hole is a reminder that even in stillness, there is influence. Even in silence, there is power. It shapes the galaxy, guides the motions of countless stars, and anchors the Milky Way in space. So breathe deeply, let your mind drift along with the stars, and allow the soft pull of gravity, the gentle sway of the central bulge, and the quiet presence of the black hole to lull you into relaxation. Above and around you, stellar nurseries shimmer faintly, globular clusters orbit serenely, and streams of ancient stars wind through the halo. Every element of the Milky Way moves in harmony, held together by forces invisible yet undeniable. The galaxy is not chaotic. It is not rushing. It is patient, slowly, gently, telling its story through motion, light, and time. As you drift in this cosmic river, the black hole at the center watches quietly, its presence a steady heartbeat. Beneath the spirals, streams, and halos, it is a reminder that even in the vastness of space, there is structure, there is order, and there is beauty. Let your mind float with it. Follow the gentle arcs of stars near the core. Trace the faint glimmers of stellar nurseries and drift peacefully as the Milky Way hums its soft, cosmic lullaby. The supermassive black hole is the heart of this galaxy, silent yet powerful, ancient yet patient, a reminder of the vast, slow, and beautiful motions that have shaped our home for billions of years. Close your eyes, float gently among the spirals, and let the heart of the Milky Way guide you into calm, restful sleep as the stars swirl slowly above and the galaxy breathes, softly, endlessly, timelessly, as we drift gently outward from the galactic core, the density of stars begins to thin, and soft clouds of gas and dust stretch across the spiral arms. These are the stellar nurseries, quiet cradles where new stars are born, and where the Milky Way continues its slow, patient cycle of creation. Imagine floating alongside one of these immense clouds. They are enormous, hundreds of light years across, dark and cold, filled with the raw material for future suns. Hydrogen molecules drift lazily within, colliding softly, shuffling in slow, graceful patterns. From this gentle turbulence, gravity gathers material into denser clumps, which will one day ignite, lighting up the spiral arms with newborn brilliance. In the deepest parts of these clouds, where light barely reaches, stars begin their lives in silence. These dark, hidden regions are the wombs of the galaxy, where the future is quietly nurtured. Some clouds will never collapse, remaining dormant for eons, floating like ghostly shapes in the vast Milky Way, waiting for the right moment, the gentle nudge, to spark new creation. The spiral arms themselves are illuminated by these cradles of life. Ultraviolet light from newborn stars excites surrounding gas, causing it to glow in soft blues, silvers, and pale whites. These glimmers paint the arms in quiet brilliance, tracing the curves of the galaxy in a slow cosmic rhythm. And our sun, long ago, was born in one such cradle, a gentle spark emerging from clouds of hydrogen, joining the dance of stars that swirl across the Milky Way. As we drift alongside these nurseries, notice the subtle motion within. Gas flows slowly, compressed gently by spiral density waves, forming new stars in clusters or solitary paths. Some stars will be massive and short-lived, burning brightly before collapsing into supernovae, enriching the surrounding clouds with heavier elements. Others, like our sun, will shine steadily for billions of years, quiet, enduring lights in a vast, ever-moving galaxy. Even in these nurseries, there is rhythm. Shock waves from distant supernovae ripple through the gas, nudging regions into collapse, sparking the birth of new stars in a soft, repeating cycle. The galaxy breathes here too, inhaling and exhaling clouds of gas, compressing and expanding, creating and renewing, floating higher above. You might notice the faint shapes of nebulae, vast clouds sculpted by radiation, wind, and gravity. They twist and curl gently, their edges glowing softly with the light of young stars. These regions seem alive, moving with the patience of billions of years, yet still imperceptible in their motion to the human eye. Some nurseries are clustered in dense regions, forming luminous knots within the spiral arms. Others are more diffuse, stretched thin by the rotation of the galaxy, or veiled behind curtains of dust. From afar, they appear as faint wisps of silver or pale blue, like clouds drifting silently across a cosmic sea. As we float among them, listen to the quiet story they tell. Each star formed here carries a legacy, its composition enriched by previous generations, its light tracing the path of creation across space. Every atom of hydrogen, helium, carbon, and oxygen was once part of an older star, forged in nuclear fires, scattered into the galaxy, and now gathered in these cradles of new life. There is serenity in these nurseries, a gentle, patient energy, as if the galaxy itself is breathing, preparing for the next cycle, nurturing each new star in its own time. No rush, no urgency, only the soft, steady rhythm of creation unfolding over billions of years. Some nurseries are wrapped in dust so thick that visible light cannot penetrate. To the human eye, these regions seem dark, but infrared telescopes reveal glittering clusters within, where hundreds or thousands of stars quietly ignite, their energy slowly dispersing into the surrounding cloud. What appears like emptiness is often the birthplace of brilliance. Floating here, you can sense the continuity of time. The same processes that formed the sun are happening now in distant corners of the galaxy and have been happening for billions of years. The Milky Way is alive with creation, a slow, endless cycle of birth, life, and renewal, moving gently with the rhythm of its spiral arms. Some clouds remain starless, vast reservoirs of potential, floating silently, waiting for a trigger, a compression wave, or the gravitational pull of a passing cluster. These silent clouds remind us of possibilities, of dreams yet unformed, of futures waiting patiently in the dark. As we drift above the spiral arms, notice the interplay of light and shadow, of dense clouds and newborn stars, of gentle motion and patient stillness. Everything here is connected. Every star, every gas cloud, every newborn sun, part of a larger rhythm, moving slowly through the galaxy, a quiet symphony of creation. And as you float, let your mind move with it, gently, softly, feeling the pulse of the Milky Way, the slow arcs of spiral arms, the hidden motion of gas and dust, the quiet birth of stars. Breathe deeply. Let your thoughts drift like hydrogen clouds, folded softly into the arms of the galaxy, and feel yourself carried gently through the cosmic nursery, through the soft, glowing, endless cradle of creation. Here in the spiral arms of the Milky Way, the galaxy whispers its lullaby. The clouds sway slowly, the stars ignite quietly, and time stretches, long, endless, patient. You are part of this rhythm, floating gently among the cradles of stars, drifting, resting, dreaming, as the galaxy hums softly around you. Sleep now. Listen to the subtle crests and waves of gas and dust. Watch the newborn stars flicker gently in the dark, and let the Milky Way cradle you in its timeless, serene embrace. Drifting farther from the spiral arms and the glowing stellar nurseries, we enter a quieter, more mysterious region of the Milky Way, the halo. The halo is vast and diffuse, a nearly invisible sphere that surrounds the galaxy, stretching far beyond the bright disk and spiral arms, like the galaxy's memory, holding echoes of events that took place billions of years ago. Here, the stars are sparse, their light faint and pale, but their stories are ancient and profound. Some stars in the halo are older than the Milky Way's disk itself, formed when the galaxy was still assembling, when gravity slowly pulled together clouds of gas and dark matter into the familiar spirals we see today. Many halo stars carry the chemical fingerprints of their origins. Some are metal-poor, almost pure hydrogen and helium, born in small, primordial galaxies that were later absorbed by the Milky Way. Their orbits are long and inclined, sometimes retrograde, moving opposite to the main rotation, like whispers of ancient mergers, quietly reminding us of the galaxy's complex past. As we drift through this vast sphere, we also encounter globular clusters, compact, spherical collections of hundreds of thousands of stars. These clusters are among the oldest objects in the galaxy, some more than 12 billion years old. They orbit the galactic center slowly, like moths circling a distant flame, their stars tightly bound together in graceful, unhurried motion. Each cluster is a living time capsule, preserving the history of the galaxy's formation. Within them, stars shine quietly, their pale light reaching across the void, a reminder of a universe that was young, still finding its shape, still learning how to grow and evolve. The halo is also the home of stellar streams, thin ribbons of stars that trace the paths of galaxies long vanished. These streams curve and twist gently, stretching across the galaxy like ghostly trails. They are remnants of smaller galaxies, slowly torn apart by the Milky Way's gravity, their stars folded into the halo, a silent record of cosmic cannibalism. Floating among these streams, we can sense the immense patience of time. Each star moves slowly, tracing a path shaped by gravity and history. Some have orbited the galaxy tens of times, witnessing the birth of spiral arms, the collisions of dwarf galaxies, the quiet settling of the disk below. The halo is not empty. It is full of subtle motion. Dark matter surrounds us, unseen yet profoundly influential, holding stars in place, shaping orbits, and guiding the slow evolution of the galaxy. Without it, the halo stars would drift into the void, unbound, scattered, lost in intergalactic space. With it, the Milky Way maintains its structure, even in this vast, nearly invisible outer region. Among the halo stars, we find remnants of past mergers, the delicate threads of galaxies long consumed. These stars move like gentle echoes, their paths tracing the history of interactions, showing us how the Milky Way grew, not as a pristine spiral, but as a composite stitched together. From countless smaller systems, globular clusters drift slowly above and below the galactic plane, their tightly packed stars shimmering faintly in the dark. Each cluster is a small universe of motion, orbiting the Milky Way for billions of years, carrying with it clues about the early cosmos, about conditions long before the sun existed. Some stars are solitary wanderers, flung outward by gravitational encounters, moving alone in the halo, their pale light a reminder of quiet, patient chaos. These hypervelocity stars travel far from the plane, like glowing comets with no return, tracing invisible paths through the Milky Way's outer memory. The halo also contains vast clouds of gas, cold and diffuse, drifting silently through space. Some clouds are remnants of galactic interactions. Others are raw material for future star formation, quietly waiting for the right nudge to ignite the next generation of stars. Even here in the outer reaches, creation and renewal continue at a slow, unhurried pace. As we drift higher into the halo, the stars become more sparse, their faint glow barely visible against the vast darkness. Yet in this emptiness, there is a profound serenity. The halo is the galaxy's outer memory, a place of reflection, patience, and quiet observation. Imagine floating through this vast sphere, feeling the slow pull of gravity, the faint tug of distant clusters, the gentle arcs of ancient stars. Time stretches here, billions of years condensed into gentle motion, and the galaxy whispers its stories in soft, enduring light. The halo reminds us that the Milky Way is not just what we see. It is not only the bright spirals, the glowing arms, the newborn stars. It is also the quiet, hidden outskirts, full of ancient light, rich in history, moving with patience, and shaping the galaxy's present and future. Breathe slowly. Let your mind drift with the halo stars. Follow the faint paths of globular clusters and float gently among the stellar streams. Listen to the soft, unending rhythm of the galaxy, its quiet expansion, its gentle rotation, its timeless, cosmic lullaby. Here you can feel the Milky Way's history, billions of years condensed into subtle motion, each star a story, each cluster a memory, each stream a whisper from the past. The halo is the galaxy's slow, soft heartbeat, a serene expanse of light and shadow, waiting patiently, endlessly, timelessly. And as you float among these ancient stars, let your thoughts slow, let your body relax, let your mind drift along with the halo, carried gently on the Milky Way's outer memory, until sleep takes you fully, wrapped in the galaxy's quiet, endless embrace. As we drift even farther from the halo stars, beyond the bright light of globular clusters and the faint trails of stellar streams, we enter a region dominated by something invisible, yet profoundly powerful: dark matter. Dark matter surrounds the Milky Way like a vast, unseen cloak, stretching far beyond the spiral arms, beyond the halo, and into intergalactic space. It does not shine, it does not reflect, and it does not emit any light, yet its presence is undeniable, felt in the gentle, persistent pull that keeps the galaxy together, allowing stars, gas, and dust to move in ordered patterns, rather than being scattered into the void. Imagine floating here, surrounded by nothing you can see, yet sensing the weight of countless invisible particles, a silent cosmic scaffolding, holding the Milky Way in place. Without dark matter, the outer stars would race away from the center, spiral arms would unravel, and the galaxy as we know it would not exist. This invisible guardian moves slowly, gently tugging on stars, guiding the galaxy's rotation, and shaping the motions of halo stars, globular clusters, and even distant dwarf galaxies. It is patient and constant, unseen but essential, a reminder that some of the universe's most profound forces cannot be touched, cannot be seen, yet govern everything around us. From our vantage point, we cannot observe dark matter directly, but we can detect its presence through its influence. Stars orbit faster than expected in the outer regions of the galaxy, moving with a steady rhythm that cannot be explained by visible matter alone. Galaxies beyond our own show the same mysterious behavior, hinting at a universe filled with this silent, unseen substance. Floating through this invisible halo, you can sense its quiet power. The Milky Way rotates like a solid wheel, not because we fully understand it, but because dark matter holds it together. It is the galaxy's backbone, its gentle, patient support system, allowing the visible stars to twirl and spiral, to form nurseries, clusters, and streams, all while remaining bound in a cosmic dance. The dark matter halo is vast, far larger than the visible galaxy. It stretches well beyond the disk and spiral arms, enveloping the Milky Way like a protective embrace. Its density is low, but its influence is immense, exerting gravity across millions of light years, keeping stars from escaping and shaping the galaxy's future in silence. As you float within this invisible structure, imagine the countless particles passing by, interacting only through gravity, forming a gentle, unseen tide that carries the galaxy forward through space. It is a quiet, patient force, a cosmic whisper that guides the motions of billions of stars. Dark matter is mysterious, and astronomers are still unraveling its secrets. We know it exists because we can see its effects, but we do not yet understand its nature. Some theories suggest it may be made of unknown particles. Others propose exotic physics beyond our current knowledge. Yet whatever it is, it forms the invisible framework upon which the galaxy is built. The spiral arms, the disk, the halo, the globular clusters, even the supermassive black hole at the center, all move within the gentle pull of this unseen guardian. It is quiet, yet it shapes the Milky Way more profoundly than any star, more than any cluster, more than any visible force we can perceive. Floating gently, you can feel the serenity of this presence. There is no rush here, no chaos, only a slow, steady tug, patient, guiding hand that has held the galaxy together for billions of years. The dark matter halo also influences interactions with other galaxies. Nearby dwarf galaxies, streams of stars, even the eventual collision with Andromeda, all respond in part to the gravitational pull of this invisible mass. It is a silent choreographer of cosmic events, steering the motions of countless celestial bodies, shaping the long, slow story of the Milky Way. Even as you drift through this quiet, unseen expanse, the galaxy continues to move, rotating gracefully, spiraling endlessly, its structure maintained by the soft, persistent influence of dark matter. Every star you see, every nebula, every halo cluster is guided in its motion by this invisible hand. The Milky Way is not just light and gas, not just stars and dust. It is also shadows and whispers, the subtle, unseen forces that hold it together, that allow it to exist in a universe filled with motion and chaos. As you float here, let yourself drift with it. Feel the gentle pull of this invisible guardian, the steady, patient tug of gravity across the galaxy, and let your mind relax into the quiet of space. Imagine the Milky Way spinning softly around you, its stars moving in harmony, all held together by the presence of something unseen, yet essential, like a lullaby sung in silence. Breathe slowly, feel the gentle weight of dark matter, and let your thoughts drift like halo stars, like streams of ancient light, carried forward in the quiet, timeless embrace of the galaxy's invisible guardian. The Milky Way is alive, yet calm, vast yet intimate, its every movement guided by forces beyond sight. And here, in the presence of this unseen protector, you can let go. Your mind can drift, your body can relax, and you can fall gently into the rhythm of the galaxy itself. The invisible guardian watches silently, holding everything in place, and in this presence, you can feel the serenity of the cosmos. Time stretches, motions unfold slowly, and the galaxy hums its soft, cosmic lullaby, inviting you to rest, to drift, to dream, and to sleep. As we continue our gentle journey through the Milky Way, leaving behind the soft glow of spiral arms, the cradle of newborn stars, and the quiet halo of ancient light, we come across a rarer, more mysterious phenomenon: the rogue stars, the cosmic wanderers. Most stars drift calmly, following the steady rotation of the galaxy, moving in rhythm with spiral arms, halo stars, and clusters. But a few are different. They are flung outward, at astonishing speeds, moving fast enough to escape the Milky Way entirely, traveling alone, like glowing comets in the vast darkness. These hypervelocity stars are the result of extraordinary events. Many begin as part of a binary system, two stars locked in a delicate gravitational dance. When one star falls too close to the supermassive black hole at the galactic center, it is swallowed, vanishing into the dark, while its partner is slingshot outward, propelled on a journey of unimaginable speed. The star accelerates, moving over 1,000,000 kilometers per hour, leaving behind the familiar confines of the Milky Way, heading into intergalactic space. Floating alongside one of these wanderers, you can sense its isolation. It drifts far above the galactic plane, beyond the dense disk of stars, beyond the halo, moving silently through the void. No clusters accompany it, no spiral arm cradles it, only the vast emptiness of space, and the distant, dim glow of the galaxy it once called home. Some rogue stars were cast out long ago, and their paths have carried them billions of light years away, far beyond the Milky Way's influence. Others are newly flung, still traveling through the outer halo, tracing curves and arcs dictated by gravity, moving in slow, unhurried trajectories that can take millions of years to cross the galaxy. There is a strange serenity to this journey. Despite the violent origin, the motion of a rogue star is steady, calm, like a silent traveler in a sleeping universe. No other stars accompany it. No gas clouds tug at its course. Just the gentle, patient gravity of the galaxy's dark matter halo, nudging it ever so slightly as it glides through interstellar space. Rogue stars remind us of the galaxy's hidden dynamism. Even in a system seemingly stable and slow, there are moments of intense release, quiet expulsions that send stars flying into the unknown. These wanderers are solitary witnesses to the Milky Way's hidden power, its ability to shape, disrupt, and sculpt the cosmos silently, without the fireworks of a supernova or the glow of a nursery. Some hypervelocity stars carry planets with them, bound tightly in their gravitational grip. These distant worlds drift along, carried on a silent odyssey, moving from one galaxy to another, potentially wandering for billions of years, before encountering another stellar system. Imagine the quiet beauty of a planet, tumbling endlessly through intergalactic space, illuminated only by its lonely parent star, gliding past distant galaxies unseen. Rogue stars are often young, bright, and blue, their intense energy a lingering reminder of their recent ejection. But some are older, dimmer, sliding silently through the Milky Way's outskirts, like ancient travelers bearing the quiet stories of past mergers, of distant interactions, of binary systems long disrupted. The path of a rogue star is both chaotic and precise. While ejected violently, it moves with exact adherence to gravitational rules, its journey dictated by mass, velocity, and cosmic structure. It traces a solitary arc across the galaxy, and sometimes, over unimaginable timescales, it will leave the Milky Way entirely, carried into the vast intergalactic ocean, never to return. Floating with one of these stars, you can sense the vast emptiness of the spaces between galaxies. Distances are measured in millions of light years, and yet, each hypervelocity star travels gracefully, its light piercing the darkness like a small, moving beacon, a reminder of the galaxy's reach, its power, its unseen potential for drama. Rogue stars are also a tool for astronomers. By tracking their velocities and paths, scientists can probe the mass and distribution of the Milky Way, infer the presence of dark matter, and learn about the dynamics of the galactic center. Even in their silent solitude, these wandering stars carry information, their lonely motion a key to understanding the galaxy's hidden structure. Imagine drifting along this silent voyager. Time stretches infinitely. Billions of years pass as it moves outward, passing near clusters, streams, and nebulae, without pause, without notice, an eternal journey through quiet space. The rogue star glows steadily, a small candle of light in the deep cosmic night, its motion both gentle and unstoppable. There is poetry in their path. A star, cast out violently, moves with calm certainty, tracing arcs across the galaxy, reminding us that even in a system governed by gravity and structure, chaos exists, sometimes soft, sometimes sudden, always part of the cosmic order. As we drift with this star, feel its solitude, its gentle speed, the calmness of its motion through a galaxy that continues its endless rotation below. The Milky Way spins, spiral arms turning slowly, nurseries glowing softly, halo stars orbiting patiently, and the rogue star moves apart, a solitary wanderer in a vast and silent universe. These wanderers carry us into reflection. Even in a galaxy filled with billions of stars, some are destined for solitude. Some journeys are quiet, unseen, yet profound. The hypervelocity stars are reminders of motion, of forces beyond sight, of the endless cycle of ejection, orbit, and renewal. Floating gently with one of these stars, you can drift into the quiet rhythm of interstellar space, feeling the soft tug of gravity, the distant pull of the galaxy, and the serene isolation of cosmic wanderers. Sleep now as the rogue stars glide. Let your mind float alongside their silent paths. Let your thoughts drift like a solitary comet through the endless dark, and feel the gentle pulse of the Milky Way. Beneath the calm motion of these extraordinary travelers, the galaxy hums softly around them, a lullaby for all its stars, even those moving silently away from home. And in this quiet, gentle journey, you too can drift, relax, and fall gently asleep, cradled by the endless, serene, and patient Milky Way. As we drift slowly back toward the center of the Milky Way, past the spiral arms and stellar nurseries, beyond the halo and the wandering rogue stars, we approach the very heart of our galaxy, a place of immense gravity, mysterious power, and quiet cosmic majesty. Sagittarius A*, the supermassive black hole. Sagittarius A* is unimaginably dense, with a mass over 4 million times that of our Sun, yet contained within a region smaller than Mercury's orbit. It is invisible to the eye, yet its presence is undeniable, felt in the motion of stars whirling around it, at astonishing speeds, tracing orbits so fast that they complete a full loop in mere decades. Floating near this immense center, you can feel the subtle pull of gravity, a slow but irresistible tug, drawing stars, gas, and dust into a silent, invisible dance. The black hole commands the heart of the Milky Way, not with violence or light, but with patient, constant authority, shaping the motions of countless stars, without ever being seen. Nearby, clouds of gas spiral inward, compressed and heated as they near the event horizon. Occasionally, these clouds flare with X-rays, brief flashes that light up the darkness, a whisper of activity in an otherwise serene center. Long ago, Sagittarius A* may have shone like a quasar, bright enough to illuminate the galaxy from within, but now it rests, quiet, patient, and slow, watching over its stars as they trace their long orbits. The black hole's influence is subtle yet profound. It guides the motion of the inner stars, shaping the peanut-shaped bulge at the galaxy's center, pulling some stars inward, nudging others into elongated orbits. Even the rotation of the central bar and the gentle twisting of spiral arms are influenced by this silent giant, a cosmic heartbeat at the Milky Way's core. Imagine floating here, feeling the immense gravity stretch across space, guiding stars in precise, timeless arcs. The motion is mesmerizing. Stars circle gracefully, never colliding, yet tracing invisible paths dictated by a force beyond comprehension. The black hole is a conductor of a vast, cosmic symphony. Its music slow, silent, yet shaping the melody of millions of stars. Sagittarius A* is surrounded by an extraordinary neighborhood. The innermost stars, the S-stars, move at incredible speeds, their orbits bending light and time itself. Further out, gas clouds drift lazily, sometimes falling inward, sometimes pushed aside by unseen gravitational currents. Every element in this region is participating in the slow, elegant dance that defines the heart of our galaxy. The black hole's quiet power contrasts beautifully with the violence of the universe at large, while supernovae erupt in distant arms and hypervelocity stars fly away into the void. Sagittarius A** sits at the center, patient, steady, a cosmic anchor holding the galaxy together. Even as we drift nearer, there is no sense of danger, only awe. The black hole does not reach out to grab stars indiscriminately. It guides, it shapes, it maintains balance. Its presence ensures that the galaxy rotates in order, that spiral arms form and persist, that stars remain bound within the disk and halo. The surrounding bulge adds complexity to the scene. Unlike a smooth, spherical core, the Milky Way center has a peanut-shaped bulge, a twisting, hourglass-like structure formed over billions of years. Gravity, motion, and accumulated stellar orbits have shaped this intricate form, and Sagittarius A** sits at its center, quietly orchestrating the movement of the stars around it. Drifting slowly, you might notice streams of gas and dust, illuminated softly by the ultraviolet light of nearby young stars. These streams weave through the central region, occasionally spiraling closer to the black hole, and sometimes pushed outward by stellar winds, forming arcs of glowing material that shimmer faintly in the darkness. The supermassive black hole is also a keeper of history. Its presence preserves the orbits of stars and clusters, maintains the structure of the central bar, and stabilizes the inner regions of the galaxy. Long before the Sun existed, Sagittarius A** was already shaping the Milky Way, guiding stars in a slow, endless rotation, ensuring that billions of years later, our galaxy would remain a vast, ordered spiral. Floating here, you can feel the patient rhythm of the center. The stars' orbits take decades to centuries, yet over billions of years, this slow motion has sculpted the very shape of the galaxy. The Milky Way is alive, its center a quiet, powerful heart, and Sagittarius A** is the steady pulse. Beneath its luminous disk, even in this dense, dynamic region, there is serenity. The stars move gracefully, their motion dictated by gravity, their paths slow, elegant, and perfectly aligned with the black hole's influence. It is a reminder that even immense power can be gentle, that even cosmic giants can hold sway without haste or chaos. As you drift near this invisible giant, feel the weight of time and gravity, the patient orchestration of motion, and let your mind relax into the rhythm of the Milky Way. The supermassive black hole does not rush. It does not strain. simply exists, guiding, shaping, and holding everything in place. With timeless patience, take a deep, slow breath. Imagine the stars of the central bulge, circling in perfect arcs, the faint glow of gas clouds drifting in spiral paths, and the immense, silent presence of Sagittarius A*, watching over it all. Let yourself float with them, moving in sync with the galaxy's heart, and let your body and mind drift into the calm embrace of cosmic rhythm. Sagittarius A* is a guardian, a conductor, a patient sentinel at the Milky Way's center. It reminds us that vast power can coexist with serenity, that motion can be gentle, and that even in a universe of immense scale, there is space for quiet, slow, enduring beauty. Close your eyes, drift with the stars, and feel the slow pulse of the galaxy's heart as Sagittarius A* guides the Milky Way through billions of years of motion, rotation, and gentle cosmic sleep. As we drift gently outward from the galaxy's heart, leaving the supermassive black hole and its patient dance of gravity behind, our journey takes us into the spiral arms of the Milky Way, where stars are born, where clouds of gas and dust weave the delicate fabric of creation, and where the galaxy hums its quiet, radiant lullaby. The spiral arms are not solid or rigid structures. They are patterns of density, slow waves moving through the galactic disk, gently compressing gas and dust as they pass. Within these waves lie the stellar nurseries, vast clouds of hydrogen, helium, and molecular gas, quietly gathering, slowly collapsing under gravity, and awaiting the spark that will ignite the next generation of stars. Imagine floating here, softly drifting through clouds hundreds of light years across, their dark, dense interiors absorbing light, hiding the miracle of creation within. These are the galaxy's wombs, places of stillness and anticipation, where potential hangs heavy in the cool, silent air. When gravity gathers enough material, clumps collapse, pressure rises, and fusion begins. A star is born. It lights up its surroundings, illuminating the clouds with radiant blues, silvers, and soft whites. The spiral arm glows gently, traced by countless newborn suns, each a quiet spark in the cosmic night. Not every cloud collapses at the same time. Some linger for millions of years, too diffuse or too supported by magnetic fields to ignite. Others are stirred into motion by nearby supernovae, the death of massive stars sending shockwaves that compress clouds, triggering waves of creation in their wake. The galaxy is both patient and active, a balance of calm and gentle chaos, where life and light emerge slowly, softly, and beautifully. The stellar nurseries are intricate. Within them, stars form not in isolation, but in clusters and associations, sharing the clouds from which they are born. Some are massive, destined to burn brightly and live briefly, lighting up their surroundings before ending in dramatic supernovae. Others are smaller, long-lived stars, burning steadily for billions of years, quiet companions to the galaxy's slow, timeless rhythm. Floating among these nurseries, you can sense the energy of creation. Ultraviolet light streams outward from newborn stars, illuminating gas clouds, painting the spiral arms with faint, glowing patterns, like gentle brushstrokes across the canvas of the Milky Way. Each burst of light whispers a story, a testament to the ongoing rhythm of birth and life in the galaxy. The spiral arms themselves are shaped by these nurseries. As waves of density pass, they compress gas, trigger star formation, and leave behind trails of light that highlight the galaxy's structure. The arms curve, twist, and fold, glowing softly with the birth of new suns, a delicate pattern of motion and illumination that traces the history and future of the Milky Way. Some of the clouds are enormous, spanning hundreds of light years, their interiors cold and dark, yet teeming with potential. Within these massive molecular clouds, stars are born in clusters, their light gradually penetrating the dense fog, revealing the galaxy's quiet, persistent creativity. It is a slow, hypnotic process, a gentle rhythm of gathering, collapsing, and igniting, repeated countless times across billions of years. These nurseries also recycle material, gas and dust from older stars, remnants of supernovae, and the enriched debris of dying giants mix into the clouds, providing the raw ingredients for new stars, planets, and possibly life. Every atom in your body, every grain of matter, has passed through such clouds, born, scattered, and reborn, in the endless, gentle cycle of galactic creation. As we drift slowly, notice the interplay of light and shadow. Some regions are brightly lit, bursting with the radiance of newborn stars. Others remain dark, dense, quiet, their potential hidden from view, waiting patiently for the moment of ignition. The galaxy, like a lullaby, moves in waves of light and shadow, inviting you to drift, to relax, and to let the rhythm of creation soothe your mind. The stellar nurseries are also places of motion. Within the clouds, gas swirls and eddies, sometimes forming filaments, sometimes collapsing into knots of matter, all moving slowly, gracefully, guided by gravity, magnetic fields, and the gentle currents of the galaxy itself. It is a quiet ballet, choreographed over millions of years, soft, hypnotic, and endlessly mesmerizing. Floating among these clouds, you can imagine the life of a single star. It forms from a dense clump of hydrogen, ignites in a quiet burst of fusion, and begins its journey through the galaxy. It may join a cluster, orbiting the center of the Milky Way in harmony with other newborn stars, or drift into isolation, a solitary candle in the vast, silent night of space. The Milky Way continues to nurture these nurseries, feeding them with gas from the intergalactic medium, gathering material from captured dwarf galaxies, and stirring the clouds with the gentle gravity of its spiral structure. Even as billions of years pass, the galaxy remains alive, quietly forming new stars, illuminating its arms with soft light, and maintaining the delicate balance between birth and calm. As we drift further along the spiral arm, notice the patterns of light, the faint glowing arcs, and the delicate interplay between dark clouds and newborn stars. This is the rhythm of the galaxy, a slow, hypnotic dance of creation, inviting your mind to drift, to follow the soft pulse of stellar birth, and to relax in the gentle flow of cosmic time. Take a deep, slow breath. Imagine drifting through these glowing nurseries, floating past the clouds, witnessing stars ignite, and feeling the quiet beauty of creation unfolding all around you. The Milky Way is alive, yet calm. Its spiral arms pulse gently with light and motion, and within these stellar nurseries, the galaxy whispers its soft, endless lullaby, inviting you to drift, to relax, and to sleep. Here in the midst of creation, you are part of the galaxy's rhythm. The clouds, the stars, the spiral arms, and even the dark, quiet spaces between all move together in harmony. And as you float among them, let the soft light, the gentle motions, and the serene presence of these stellar nurseries carry you gently into sleep, cradled by the quiet, endless Milky Way. As we drift gently outward from the spiral arms, leaving behind the glowing stellar nurseries, and moving beyond the bright disk of the Milky Way, we enter a more subtle, quiet region, the galactic halo, a vast, diffuse sphere of stars, clusters, and dark matter that surrounds the galaxy like a protective shroud. Unlike the spiral arms or the dense central bulge, the halo is calm, almost silent, a soft, expansive space that seems to stretch endlessly in all directions. It contains some of the oldest stars in the galaxy, ancient travelers that have witnessed billions of years of cosmic evolution. These stars move slowly in wide, elongated orbits, high above and below the galactic plane, like elder spirits gently circling the heart of the Milky Way. Floating here, you can feel the quiet majesty of the halo. It is not filled with bright, sparkling light, but with subtle glimmers, dim points of age-old stars that have survived countless galactic events, mergers and motions, each carrying the chemical fingerprint of its origin. Some are rich in hydrogen and helium, formed shortly after the Big Bang, long before the Milky Way fully took shape. The halo is also home to globular clusters, compact, spherical collections of hundreds of thousands of stars, bound together by gravity in an intricate, delicate dance. Over 150 of these clusters orbit the galaxy, drifting slowly through the halo, each one like a small, luminous jewel, a time capsule holding the secrets of the early universe. Many of these clusters contain stars older than the Milky Way itself, reminders that our galaxy was built upon the remnants of countless smaller systems. Imagine floating beside one of these clusters, watching the stars orbit each other in perfect harmony, their slow, steady motion tracing invisible patterns. Over millions of years, they are silent witnesses, observing the galaxy's growth, the collisions, the mergers, the spiral arms that rotate below, and the quiet drift of the halo stars themselves. The halo also holds streams of stars, remnants of dwarf galaxies long ago captured and torn apart by the Milky Way's gravity. These stellar streams stretch across vast distances, curving and twisting in gentle arcs, tracing the history of past mergers, a quiet memory woven into the fabric of the galaxy. As you float alongside one of these streams, you feel the patient, enduring rhythm of the Milky Way, each star a note in a soft, cosmic melody. The galactic halo is mostly invisible to the naked eye, yet it contains the majority of the Milky Way's mass. Dark matter, the unseen scaffolding of the galaxy, resides here, guiding the motions of stars and clusters, holding the halo together, and allowing the spiral arms and disk to maintain their graceful structure. Though we cannot see it, we feel its presence in the gentle, unhurried paths of stars drifting through space. Some of the halo stars move in retrograde orbits, opposite to the galaxy's main rotation. These stars likely arrived from absorbed dwarf galaxies, bringing with them the memory of other cosmic homes. Their motion is a quiet signature of the Milky Way's ancient past, a reminder that the galaxy is a composite, a living structure built from the remnants of many smaller worlds. Globular clusters, too, serve as guardians of memory. Some contain stars over 12 billion years old, formed when the universe was still young and heavy elements were scarce. Their metal-poor stars offer glimpses into the conditions of the early cosmos, each one a tiny archive of cosmic history. Floating among these clusters, you can almost sense the weight of time, the slow accumulation of billions of years, encoded in light and motion. The halo is also home to vast clouds of dark, cold gas, floating silently, sometimes forming new stars, sometimes remaining dormant, waiting for the right conditions to spark creation. This gentle, patient recycling of matter is part of the galaxy's quiet rhythm, a lullaby of birth, death, and rebirth, played out over billions of years. As we drift further, notice the vast emptiness punctuated by delicate points of light. The stars of the halo are not as densely packed as those in the disk, yet their slow, deliberate motion carries the story of the Milky Way's formation, a testament to the galaxy's patient evolution. Some stars are solitary wanderers, others belong to faint, dispersed clusters, and some trace the arcs of tidal streams, silent witnesses to ancient mergers that shaped the Milky Way. The halo is also a space of perspective. From here, The spiral arms appear delicate and intricate, the central bulge like a softly glowing pearl, and the rogue stars drifting outward become tiny beacons in the vast darkness. The galaxy feels both enormous and intimate, its structure spanning hundreds of thousands of light years, yet every star and cluster moving in a quiet, predictable rhythm. Floating with the halo stars, you feel a deep, cosmic calm. Their gentle motion, the soft glimmer of globular clusters, and the faint, mysterious pull of dark matter create a serene, hypnotic environment. It is a place where time stretches, where billions of years feel like moments, and where the slow heartbeat of the Milky Way can lull your mind into peaceful rest. The halo teaches patience. Its ancient stars, its clusters, its streams, all remind us that the galaxy is a story, written over eons, not in haste or noise, but in quiet persistence. Even as we drift through these outer regions, the galaxy continues to evolve, gathering gas, capturing dwarf galaxies, and shaping the next generation of stars. As you float among these silent, ancient wanderers, let your mind drift with them. The Milky Way is vast, yet every star and cluster moves in harmony, each a note in a gentle cosmic melody. Feel the calm of billions of years flowing around you, and let the slow rhythm of the halo carry you deeper into relaxation, into sleep, into the gentle, patient embrace of the galaxy. The stars in the halo are the keepers of memory, witnesses of creation, guardians of time, and as you drift with them, you too become part of the quiet story of the Milky Way, a small soul floating in the calm, ancient, and endlessly beautiful cosmic ocean. As we drift gently back toward the central regions of the Milky Way, our journey turns to the future, to the quiet, patient story yet to be written. In the vast expanse of our galaxy, we have explored the spiral arms, wandered through the halo, felt the gentle pull of dark matter, and followed rogue stars on their solitary paths. Now we turn our gaze forward, into billions of years ahead, to the slow, elegant dance that awaits our home galaxy. Far off in the night sky, a faint, elongated blur drifts steadily toward us. The Andromeda Galaxy, our closest galactic neighbor, lying more than 2 million light-years away. Though it seems distant, it is on a cosmic collision course with the Milky Way, drawn by gravity in a slow, unhurried march that will unfold over billions of years. Imagine the passage of time stretching before you as Andromeda drifts closer, like a gentle tide pulling the Milky Way toward a future we cannot yet fully grasp. Stars within both galaxies will continue their silent orbits, rarely colliding, but the shapes of the galaxies themselves will bend and twist, stretched into tidal tails, spiraling arcs, and long, luminous bridges of stars that link the two massive spirals. This future collision is not violent in the way we might imagine. The distances between stars are vast, so few will meet directly. Instead, the galaxy's gravity will reshape both, folding the spiral arms, redistributing stars, and eventually merging them into a single, larger galaxy. The Milky Way and Andromeda will dance slowly, a graceful ballet across space and time, their union writing a new chapter in the quiet history of the cosmos. Even as these grand motions unfold, the Milky Way will continue to grow. It gathers gas from the intergalactic medium, capturing small dwarf galaxies and streams of dark matter, feeding its halo, and slowly deepening its gravitational structure. The galaxy is alive, not in the sense of motion we can always perceive, but in its persistent, patient evolution, building upon its past while moving gently toward the future. Imagine the spiral arms shimmering with newborn stars, even as some regions slow their formation, their dense clouds of gas and dust compressed by passing density waves, igniting new suns in quiet bursts of radiant light. Some stars, ancient and metal-poor, will drift quietly in the halo, witnessing this cosmic dance from afar, while others, like our Sun, continue their orbit around the galactic center, moving steadily through patterns shaped by billions of years of gravity. The collision with Andromeda will transform the Milky Way. The central bulge may swell, forming a more elliptical, softly glowing heart. Tidal tails will curl outward, and streams of stars may wrap around the merged galaxy like ribbons, tracing the story of two once-separate spirals now intertwined. Black holes at the centers of both galaxies may eventually merge, adding to the silent gravity that orchestrates the movement of billions of stars. Floating in the midst of this slow transformation, you can sense the galaxy's patient heartbeat, the rhythm of time stretching over eons, where each star, each cloud of gas, and each cluster moves in harmony with the unseen forces of gravity and dark matter. The universe operates on a timescale far beyond human comprehension. Yet within this scale, there is a calm, enduring beauty that can lull any wandering mind into quiet reflection or gentle sleep. Even as the Milky Way grows and collides, some stars will be flung outward, becoming new rogue travelers, solitary wanderers in the vast dark of intergalactic space. Others will settle into new orbits, finding a home in the merged galaxy, part of a fresh, expansive structure that continues to evolve, slowly, patiently, like a soft cosmic lullaby playing across billions of years. The Milky Way's future is also shaped by quiet recycling. Stars will die, returning their material to the interstellar medium, where new stars will form, continuing the cycle of creation and rebirth. Molecular clouds will drift, sometimes collapsing to form new stars, sometimes remaining dormant, waiting for the right nudge to ignite. Even in stillness, the galaxy evolves, its motion and growth imperceptible to the human eye, yet constant and unending. As we imagine billions of years into the future, consider how our solar system will continue its orbit, moving in and out of spiral arms, passing regions of star formation, and witnessing, silently, the evolution of its galactic home. The stars we see today may have changed positions. The spiral arms may have shifted, and yet the gentle rhythm of the Milky Way will endure, a cosmic heartbeat carrying on across time and space. Andromeda's approach is not the end, but a transformation, a new chapter in the life of our galaxy. The Milky Way will remain, though its form may change, the spiral arms reformed, its halo enriched with stars from its cosmic companion, its future shaped by gravity, dark matter, and the patient passage of time. Imagine drifting alongside the stars during this dance, watching the tidal tails curl, feeling the gentle tug of gravity, and sensing the quiet, powerful forces that shape everything from the smallest rogue star to the largest spiral arm. It is a dance of elegance, of patience, and of cosmic serenity, a lullaby written in light and motion that can calm the mind and slow the breath. Even as the Milky Way merges with Andromeda, the story does not end. The galaxy will continue to grow, to capture small companions, to form new stars, and to rotate gracefully, held together by dark matter, by the persistent pull of gravity, and by the quiet order hidden within apparent chaos. Floating in this imagined future, we sense both change and continuity. The Milky Way is not static. It is evolving, adapting, growing, and yet remaining the galaxy we call home. Its spiral arms, its halo, its rogue stars, and its hidden dark matter all contribute to a calm, enduring rhythm, a cosmic melody that can lull the mind into deep relaxation. So, as we drift gently into this vision of the Milky Way's future, let yourself float with the galaxy, feeling its motion, its calm, eternal rotation, its gentle expansion, and the soft, hypnotic pull of cosmic time. Let the rhythm of stars, the quiet tug of gravity, and the patient dance of two merging galaxies carry you deeper into rest, deeper into sleep, and deeper into the serene, star-filled embrace of the endless Milky Way.